It's 2 a.m. You're half asleep. Then it starts. That sound, somewhere above you. A wail so sharp it cuts straight through the dark. You pull a pillow over your head. You call it annoying. You assume it's just cats being cats. But what if that sound isn't random noise? What if that scream is the most honest thing a cat will ever say out loud? What you've been ignoring at 2 a.m. is actually one of the rawest emotional signals in the animal world. And after today, you will never hear it the same way again. 1. Have you ever noticed that cats don't scream from gardens? They don't scream from fences. They go up, always up. That's not coincidence, that's strategy. In feline psychology, height equals safety. A rooftop is the highest defensible position available in an urban environment. When a cat climbs that high and screams, they are not performing. They are protecting themselves while being completely vulnerable. Think about that. The roof is not a stage, it's a fortress, and the cat on top of it is terrified. That sound you've been calling dramatic, it's a cat doing the bravest thing it knows how to do. 2. What if that wail isn't aggression at all? What if it's the opposite? Most people hear the rooftop scream and assume the cat is angry. Science says something far more complicated. That sound is called a caterwaul. It's produced deep in the throat, with the mouth held open, sometimes for several seconds without stopping. No other animal makes that exact sound. It is biologically unique to cats. Researchers have found it carries layered information: territory, distress, warning, longing, all at once in one sound. Your cat has an entire emotional vocabulary, and that scream at 2 a.m. is one of its most complex sentences. 3. Did you know that a rooftop scream is almost never directed at humans? That wail has an intended audience, another cat, usually one the screaming cat has never met but can smell from an extraordinary distance. Cats have a scent radius that stretches over a quarter mile. By the time two cats are screaming at each other from rooftops, they may have been in a silent territorial standoff for weeks. What you heard in one night had been building for a long time. You walked into the final act of something much longer. That scream wasn't sudden. It was the end of something your cat had been quietly suffering through, alone, without you ever knowing. If this is already changing how you hear that sound, give this video a like. And if you want to understand your cat on a deeper level every week, subscribe. We're just getting started. 4. Here's what almost no one talks about. The cats screaming on rooftops are often the most emotionally unprotected cats in your neighborhood. Unowned strays, cats that were never spayed or neutered, cats that got out and can't find their way back. They climb high because the ground doesn't feel safe. They scream because they have no other option. That sound you've been muffling with a pillow, for some of those cats, it's the only communication they have left. Not every scream is a stray, but many are. And once you know that, the sound changes completely. It stops being noise. It starts being a name no one taught them to say. 5. What if your own cat has made that sound and you didn't realize what it meant? Indoor cats rarely scream this way, but cats with outdoor access sometimes do. And when your cat does it, the reason is almost always one of 3 things. They feel cornered by another animal, they are in physical pain and hiding it, or they're experiencing something vets call redirected arousal, a state where overstimulation tips into something that looks like distress. All 3 are your cat asking for help in the only language available to them at that moment. Most owners assume their cat is just being weird, but your cat was never just being weird.
Your cat was always trying to reach you. 6. Here is the thing about that 2 a.m. scream that will stay with you. Cats are not vocal animals by nature. Wild cats are almost completely silent. They evolved to stay quiet because sound attracts predators. Silence keeps them alive. When a cat screams loud enough to wake a neighborhood, it has overridden one of its deepest survival instincts. Whatever it is feeling in that moment is stronger than the fear of being found. That is not drama. That is desperation. The loudest cats are often the ones who have run out of quieter options. They tried subtle. They tried waiting. They tried everything before the scream. And the scream still came. The next time you hear it, that sharp, hollow wail from somewhere above the street, don't cover your ears. Just listen for a moment. Really listen. Somewhere up there, a small creature chose the highest point it could find. It opened its mouth, and it told the truth about exactly how it felt. Cats spend most of their lives being unreadable, composed, careful. But in that sound, on that rooftop, there is nothing hidden. You have heard a cat be completely honest. Not many people recognize it when it happens. Now you do.